Rolling out for Parilla senior Andrew Bajoso, Mick Gabriel, row 1. Garrett Johnston, Jake Johnston, row 2. Elliott Finlayson, Dustin Strauss, row 4. Row 3. Mark Boost, John McCusker, row 4. Dakota Pesic and Cal Stewart on row 5. Row 6, Austin McCusker and Olivia Horn. Row 7, David Gowina and Austin Osborne. 18 laps once again here in the final. Once again, folks, please batten down the hatches. It could get very serious very quickly around here in Indiana. We want everyone to be safe. Looking for the green flag, first time by. Andrew Bajoso on the inside, Mick Gabriel on the outside. Who's it going to be? Great look at the start. No start, no start. Hey, folks, once again, you want to have a nice, clean start. We ask that you keep air between the bumpers. Air between the bumpers. And please, how about air between the side pods, too? And we'll get a nice, clean start. We'll get the show on the road. Denny Long. She's either praying, bowing, or asking them to slow down. So we see on TV right here. Looking for a green flag this time by. Here we go. Green flag's out. We're racing into turn number 1. Great shot as they drive through turn number 1. Up to turn number 2. It's Bajoso with the lead. And in second, it's going to be Mick Gabriel in the Tony car. It looks like he's got a couple brothers Johnston behind him, and both go by in turn number 6. And that's Dustin Strauss going to jump up into that 4 spot, muscles his way into the 4 spot. That's one way to get him. Dustin Strauss, Florida driver, now up into that 4 spot. That was felonious, wasn't it? So at the line, it's going to be Andrew Bajoso, Jake Johnston, Garrett Johnston, Dustin Strauss, Dakota Pesic, and Mick Gabriel from second all the way back to that 6th spot. Bajoso with the lead right now on the PCR. He's got a couple of top carts, couple of twins right behind him wanting to take that spot and looking very, very racy. It's Florida driver Dustin Strauss. He's got Dakota Pesic behind him. Top 5 drivers got a good little breakaway back to Mick Gabriel. Oh. Garrett Johnston dropping a wheel off as they come off the final turn. That looked a little scary. Got a little sideways there. It was a lot scarier when there was a wall there. I thank the folks here at Michiana Raceway Park. Done a fantastic job getting this facility back ready for racing after the long winters. We're seeing all the photos of Gary posting his winter wonderland photos of his house and the feet of snow. I can just imagine that the track looked just the same. I wonder how many months it stays under snow around here. Top 4 drivers with a breakaway back to Dakota Pesic. Pesic leads that group from 5th on back. That will be the final podium position. 4 laps down, 14 to go. Great shot as they come into turn number 1. Pesic still holding on that 5th spot. Mick Gabriel in the Tony Kart in the 6th spot. Behind him, Mark Boos in the 72. John McCusker and Austin McCusker right behind him to the inside. And it was Mick Gabriel takes that spot away, and they're fighting it out. Boos goes back around. Mark Boos got back up. Or is that John McCusker? They're going to fight it out. They're looking at each other. It's not going to be nice. That's Austin McCusker getting... Oh, Boos turns around. Wow, I've never seen anybody turn completely around in a go-kart going down the stretch. Going down the front straightaway. So those drivers losing a little bit of ground to the top 5 ahead of them. Mick Gabriel's got around. Mark Boos is in 6. Austin McCusker in that 7th spot. Dakota Pesik's dropped back to the 8th spot. Wow, things got just a little bit dicey there for a minute going down to the final turn. Coming down the hill between drivers Mark Boos, John McCusker. Austin McCusker. Austin Osborne looks like losing a body part. Black flag. Hey, there goes Dustin Strauss to the inside. Picks up another position. Gets around Garrett Johnston. As I sit here rambling on about the kart losing body parts, Florida driver Dustin Strauss up to the 3rd position. There you go. Another meatball flag for the 28. Strauss still holding on to the 3rd spot. Can he get to the 2nd spot? As they run in, Bajoso, Johnston, Strauss, Johnston, Gabriel, Boos in 6th, McCusker, John McCusker 7th, Dakota Pesik 8th, Austin McCusker in 9th. Up the hill they go. Watching that 71 car, Dustin Strauss in the 3rd position. Takes that left-hand turn, that left rear tire coming up off the ground several inches. And he goes down to the right-hand turn, turn 8, right on the heels of Jake Johnston. Looking to make another move. I just got to remember your racecraft. This is a sprint race, and off the track, it was Jake Johnston runs off the track. I can't believe he held that. He went off the track completely sideways. Dustin Strauss went across the line ahead of him, and then Jake Johnston came back around. Wow, incredible. So Garrett Johnston up in the 2nd spot. Dustin Strauss in 3rd. That was incredible. So at the line, Andrew Bajoso leads the way. Garrett Johnson in 2nd. Dustin Strauss in 3rd. Mick Gabriel into 4th. Jake Johnston into 5th. Mark Boos back in 6th. John McCusker 7th, Dakota Pesik in 8th. And coming down the hill, it's still Dustin Strauss putting the pressure on Garrett Johnston as they get ready to come through turn number 1 again. Bajoso with a 1 second lead. And there he goes, Dustin Strauss. He's found the new favorite place to pass for Dustin Strauss. Turn number 8. North Fort Myers driver Dustin Strauss now into the second position. "12 laps down now, working lap number 13. A driver out, Olivia Horn, out at the exit of turn number 5. Don't know what happened there. The train has come off. Wow. All right, so the PCR of Andrew Bajoso leads Parilla Sr. over the Tony Kart of Dustin Strauss, the top card of Garrett Johnston, the Tony Kart of Mick Gabriel, and the top cart of Jake Johnston. Once again, folks, you want to make sure you got the hatches battened down. The wind's starting to pick up. We want to make sure that nothing blows away, including your tent, your friends, your family. So the lead right now for Bajoso, 1 second over Dustin Strauss. Strauss has been able to get around Garrett. He's opened up about 4 kart lengths. That's about 0.3 of a second right now. And now that lead under a second. So yes, Dustin Strauss is picking it up just a bit. 42.428 quick time. He ran 41 thousandths of a second quicker than Andrew Bajoso. It's going to take quite a few laps to make up a second at 41 thousandths of a second a lap. So we'll move back through the field just a little bit. A good battle back there for between Mark Boosa and John McCuster still, the 72 and the 01. We know what happened there a little while back. But the closest battle right now is that for the second place, Dustin Strauss and Garrett Johnston. And they're working 2 laps to go. See if anybody's going to make any wild moves on this final 2 laps. Garrett Johnston's close enough to Dustin Strauss to make something happen. Dakota Pesic and Austin McCusker, that could be a change there. Strauss looks over his shoulder. Garrett Johnston's moving up close. He's right on the back bumper coming up to turn 2. Johnston looks to the inside. The door's going to be shut, not going to be able to do it. What are they going to do coming down the hill? Nice tight line by Dustin Strauss. He protects that inside line. Not a very protective line up through turn number 7. Strauss down into 8. That's his new favorite passing zone. Coming to the white flag, Bajoso with just under a second lead over Dustin Strauss, Garrett Johnston, Mick Gabriel, and Jake Johnston. Your top 5 here in Parilla Senior. There it is, white flag. Johnston not close enough to do anything with Dustin Strauss at the moment. We'll come up the hill. 3 kart lengths between second and third. 0.7 of a second advantage for Bajoso. That's about 10 kart lengths here at Michiana Raceway Park. Bajoso, barring any commentator's course or breakage, will pick up the win here. Dustin Strauss still setting second. Garrett Johnston not close enough to make a move. Mick Gabriel's going to finish up 4th. Jake Johnston in 5th. So there you have it. There's your winner. Andrew Bajoso in the PCR picks up the win. Dustin Strauss second. Garrett Johnston in the 3rd spot. Mick Gabriel in 4th. And Jake Johnston in 5th. That'll round out your Parilla Senior Final.